All right, let's pull back the curtain on something we use every single day. Money. It's not just paper and coins. It operates more like this giant invisible machine with all these hidden gears and levers that, well, they shape our entire lives. So let's get into it and see how this machine actually works.
I mean, we all kind of start with this basic idea, don't we? You work hard, you get paid, you put your money in the bank. Why? For safekeeping. The bank just holds onto it for you. It seems simple, it seems logical, but what if I told you that's not really what's happening at all?
And boom, there it is. That one little sentence, it just flips the whole script. This isn't just some clever line from a movie. It's the absolute fundamental truth of our financial system. Banks don't just store money. They literally create it.
Okay, so let's dive right into this first and, honestly, most important part of the invisible machine. Seriously, if you can wrap your head around this one concept, everything else starts to click into place.
This is the absolute core of it all. When a bank gives you a loan, for a car, a house, whatever, it isn't reaching into a big vault and handing you someone else's savings. No way. Your promise to repay that loan, that becomes an asset on the bank's books. And in that exact same moment, the bank just types the numbers into your account and boof, that becomes a liability for them. The money is born out of a promise.
So the whole process is built on a simple agreement, a legal promise that you'll pay it back. There's no printing press, no mint. The second that agreement is signed, the bank just credits the account. That's it. New money, created digitally, out of thin air.
Just picture it. You log into your bank account. 1 minute, it's almost empty. You hit refresh, and the next minute, that number is sitting there, $100,000. It wasn't transferred from anywhere. It was just created. That's the digital birth of new money right there.
So let's put a name on it. This whole process is called money creation via lending. And look, this is the engine that drives so much of our economy. It makes capital available for businesses to grow and people to buy homes. But this engine also has some really profound side effects for the money already in your pocket.
So you have to ask, what happens when new money is just constantly being created like this? Well, think about it. If the amount of money out there grows faster than the amount of actual stuff to buy, goods and services, then each one of those dollars is worth just a little bit less. And that consequence has a name we all know and love: inflation.
I mean, this is the question, isn't it? It's the one we're all asking at the grocery store, at the gas pump, looking at house prices. It just feels like you're running on a treadmill and someone keeps speeding it up. Why does it feel like your money just doesn't go as far as it used to? And really, that's the simplest, most direct answer. It's not just that the price of bread is going up. It's that the value, the actual purchasing power of every single dollar you have is going down.
Now, what's so important to see on this slide is that second part of the definition. We always focus on prices are rising, but the real story, the one that actually matters to us, is that purchasing power is falling. See, inflation isn't really something happening to the stuff we buy. It's something that's happening to our money.
And this just captures that feeling perfectly, doesn't it? Your bank statement can show the exact same number, maybe even a bigger number than last year, but you have this nagging feeling, this sense that you're falling behind. You haven't actually lost a single dollar, but you've lost what those dollars can do for you.
Okay, so we've seen how money is born, and we've seen how its value starts to fade. But the health of the whole system also hangs on another really critical idea. It's not just about how much money exists, but how fast, how quickly it's actually being used and exchanged.
This comparison just lays it out so clearly. Think of a busy city. That's a high-velocity economy. A single dollar can get spent at a coffee shop, then the owner uses it to pay a supplier, the supplier uses it to pay an employee, all in the same day. That dollar is working hard. But in a slow, stagnant town, that same dollar just sits in a bank account, doing absolutely nothing.
So the key takeaway here is this. A healthy economy needs two things. It needs enough money, for sure, but it also needs that money to be moving at a good clip. Money that's just stuck, whether it's hoarded by people who are scared or just sitting on a giant corporate balance sheet, well, it's not really doing anyone any good. And that brings us to the final piece of this invisible machine. And this part is where it gets really personal, because this is where we see how it all comes back to the one thing we can't make more of: our time.
Oof, this one just hits hard because it speaks to this core conflict of modern life. When you're in a system where your money is constantly losing value, you feel this incredible pressure to earn more and more and more just to keep up. But what's the cost of that chase?
We usually hear this phrase in terms of investing.
But on a really personal level, it's about the value of your actual life. Every single hour you spend working to earn money is an hour you can't spend with your family, on your hobbies, just living. That's the ultimate trade-off, isn't it?
So there you have it. That's the invisible machine. Money isn't some static thing you just collect. It's this dynamic force. It's created from promises, its value is constantly fading, and its real power comes from how fast it moves. We're all caught up in it, navigating it every day.
And I guess that's the real bottom line. Understanding how this machine works, that's the first step. The next, and maybe the most important step, is to ask yourself that question. In this system, are you in the driver's seat?